Hello everybody, Quality Quartz here, and welcome to a new series. Okay, I might be in FusioCraft right now, but 1.20 is out and I want to take a little bit of a break. You can tell I've been away from Minecraft for a few months. I needed a little bit of a breather. I played a lot of Magic the Gathering, but now 1.20 is out, and so are all of these cool new features. Yep. These guys. I worded that wrong. This is all the features in the update. But yeah, there's a lot to be excited about, so I'm just going to start a new world, and this is one of those updates that I really just want to explore and just have a new world for, because there's a lot of adventure-related content that makes me just want to go out and explore the world. And any direction I go here in FusioCraft, I'm gonna run into terrain that has been generated already, and I'm itching for a fresh start, so you know what? Let's do it. Let's leave FusioCraft right now. Let's start a new world, baby. I don't know how generic this is, but I'm feeling the name The Lost Glade. That is going to be what I name this series. The world of the Lost Glade. And nothing special has gone into this. This is going to be a completely random world. I have no idea what the spawn is going to be. I have a few basic ideas for what I want to do in this world, but it's mostly going to be improv. I'm just going to find a place I want to build, and I'm just going to chill and make a laid-back world. Oh, a snow spawn. Oof. Worth pointing out, this is day 1 of the update being released, so, you know, sodium, Optifine, all that stuff is not updated yet, so my computer is not handling the game as well as it usually is. Okay. To be fair, I do really want to build in the snow. That's been something I've been meaning to do for a few years because I feel like it's been like a decade now since I built anything in a cold biome. And with building far more on the brain than a decade ago, it's going to be interesting seeing how I deal with snow being everywhere. Maybe I'll build some stuff in this spawn area because I do like to build stuff at spawn. But alas, what little plans I do have do not revolve around snow. So I am going to try to settle somewhere else. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that. And here we go, I'm already stealing from the natives. Oh, I just realized fire tick is on, and I'm so used to fire tick not being on. When it comes time for building, I think I'm gonna turn that off because, yeah, a lot of the time I am not building with functionality in mind, and I will just burn things down if I don't. All right, it's time for the early game grind, get all my basic tools out of the way. Okay, I've been exploring the icy tundras for a while. This is actually a very beautifully made, like, icy area. Look at that transition, straight from the ice spikes into some plains. So my inventory is getting full. I may have to settle upon somewhere soon. I can't be a nomad forever. But I found a shipwreck, and the map is leading me out of the snowy area. And finally, I'm seeing some clear, grassy ground. And I gotta say, I'm pretty hyped for this treasure chest because this could very well be my first diamonds. Oh, I wish I had Optifine Zoom right now. I thought those pumpkins were the new ruins that they've introduced. This is a comfy place to bury treasure. I'd bury treasure here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, baby, 2 diamonds. At this stage of the game, Minecraft is very much a game of what do I get rid of? Okay, I have a smart plan. The stuff that I really want to take, but I don't have space for, I'm just gonna come back to this same chest for that stuff. So I'll keep this map on me so I know where that stuff is. Perfect. Oh my god. Let's go! After another 20 or so minutes of wandering, I've finally stumbled upon my first ever cherry grove in vanilla Minecraft. I want to keep that little limited framework of what I want out of my main base a surprise for when I get to it. And I'll just say this, I haven't found the area of the world that I want to build in yet. But with how much stuff I've got right now, and with this amazing new biome that I've been hyping up for months, I think I kind of have to make a starting house here. Just so I have a base of operations where I will respawn when I die, while I'm scouring the world and exploring it for where the most optimum building place is. I am in love. Oh. You know, I'm tempted to just kind of permanently live here. It's so beautiful. No, where I'm going, I'm gonna be bringing these guys with me. They are trees after all. So I'm thinking, I set my bed down here, this comfy little nook. Almost looks like this place is pre-carved out a little bit for a house, so I'll build the house here. This is satisfying. You know what else is satisfying? Boom, bam. I'm gonna have access to both of the new woods. right off the bat because I found some bamboo in that shipwreck. You have no idea, man. I'm so excited about this wood. Ugh, I just want to eat it, man. It looks so yummy. Oh my gosh, even punching out the leaves is super comfy. This is, hands down, best tree in the game now. The logs have such a unique shade that I cannot wait to use in builds. Any build you're making on the pink side is infinitely enhanced by all the different blocks of wood and all their variations. The saplings are like the ultimate thing to put in a flower pot now, just like a little bonsai tree. Oh yes. Oh, the petals. Oh, I'm excited. Also, come on, dude. The particles that they make. I have some plans for these. I really hope Mojang keep making more particle creating things. These leaves alone are a game changer because you can just have these in a build and just have this ambiance of these particles coming down. Like you could hide them in a ceiling where they still come down and it could be like some magical room and these could be conveyed like they're magical particles. All kinds of creative ideas can come out of these particle generating blocks. And it brings so much life to whatever build you bring them into. Okay, I'm gonna keep going forward on the most satisfying wood grind ever, and I'll meet you back when I've got a little house set up. Okay, so I've done a bit of work. I had a stream, I built up most of the walls of the home, and I'm just trying to get it to a point where it's livable right now. I'm not so much focusing on trying to make this thing perfect. This is not what it's gonna look like in its final form. Compared to a lot of the stuff I was doing on FusioCraft, this building feels a little simple, I guess I'll say. And it's intentionally so. I don't have every block in the game yet. There's a lot of stuff that I want to be doing that I just kind of can't yet. So I'm just letting it be simple for now. I'm giving myself some freedom here. This is gonna be an iterative build, I think. And I'm actually kind of excited for how that's gonna come out because like one episode, it's gonna look, you know, like this, and it's gonna be in its rough draft form. Next episode, I'll have this many more things and maybe it'll look completely different because hey, now that I've got this stuff, let's use it. So right now the house is looking what I'd consider very 2018 for me, but you know, in time it's gonna start looking very 2021, and before that it's gonna look like what I currently do. Also, I installed this pond here myself because I kind of didn't like the ravine here. It gives me something cool to jump down into, and this is just, it makes the entire area feel just that much more tranquil. As soon as I get some lily pad, drip leaf, and stuff like that going on in here, it's gonna be very comfy. Might terraform a bit so that there's a bit of an overhang, maybe there's some stuff growing down. So I got two major focuses right now, just, you know, building this place up, making it as comfy as it can possibly be. And my other goal is to keep on adventuring throughout this world and try to find the optimal space to build my main base. I still haven't found an area in this world that I want to build my main base in, so I'm going to keep looking and I'm going to start mapping in the process. I can already tell you that's not going to stay. So I found dark oak finally, and now I've got a roof. 3.5 hours of streaming, just exploring around the world, and I finally found a dark oak forest, and now I've got a roof on this thing. And that's not all I found. I also found the best block in the game, baby. So like I was saying, this is not the final version of the house. This is just me getting the shell of it up so I have somewhere to live, not get rained on, not get blown up by creepers. And slowly but surely, I'm gonna swap things out on this house until I'm satisfied with it. For starters, now that I've got this moss block, I'm going to be able to go in here and I'm gonna be able to moss up the sides of these walls, put in some mossy cobblestone. And I want there to be some indents in here, just a lot of interesting shaping that goes on. I'm gonna be able to use mossy cobblestone walls, for example. I can't name a single circumstance where just having one solid block like this is a good idea. Maybe if you're going for some super sleek, just like, I don't know. There's always a way to make it more interesting than that. This house gives the vibe of like I just moved in and I'm just kind of throwing my things around everywhere willy-nilly. Hey, look, it's a chiseled bookshelf. I saw this in the little crafting thing over here and I was like, oh yeah, I can make these now. So now I can put those in there. That looks nice. When I do power up this enchantment table all the way, I'm going to be able to sprinkle a few of these in here. And it's gonna look cool. So many things you can do with this block, and I'm so excited. There's gonna be, like, I'm gonna use this block a lot, I guarantee you. Let's talk on the windows. I'm a little conflicted on what I wanna do with the windows right now, because this This looks cool, especially from the outside. So good. Look at that. I mean, I might make this a little shorter and make this more planks. But my issue right now is I think these trapdoors make for some really good windows, just not when the walls are the same color. Like, there's no contrast that bleeds into it. So while, yes, these trapdoors make for a great window, I don't necessarily think I should use it right here, right now, when the walls are the same exact color. Next thing I'm going to address is probably the trim of this building, like the roof. Now that I'm out here and I can clearly see just how much of the roof is visible, I was worried about this at first, so I just made it all dark oak, but I want to go in and I want to make the trim mangrove. The red of the mangrove goes really well with both of these colors, and putting it in between, it's gonna go nice no matter which way you look. And I found some mangrove on my adventures, like the map that this area is on. The very same map, you can find mangrove on it, so it's nearby. It's a neighbor. Yeah, we pop these bad boys out, and we just get this all trimmed up out there, and it's gonna look nice. Oh god, why do they always have to be right outside my house? So I've been doing some tinkering, and yeah, because I got that moss, I'm starting to work up the walls here, make them look pretty. Laying down some lily pads, everything is starting to look a little more fleshed out. So, I updated the roof, I put some mangrove trim all around it, updated the little doinkers up there a little bit with the gates, give it a little more definition. And I think it looks good. No matter what you put next to these cherry planks, it's always gonna kinda come out looking more candy-ish than before. Like, in context, the mangrove wood is giving me a red velvet vibe right now on this like big dessert house. Let's leave those guys out there to, you know, suffer in the rain and look at these rafters with leaves up there. It's so good. I was talking about how good these leaves are for the particle effects, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's so much more life inside this base suddenly just because of this. And I cannot wait to do this type of thing with my main base. I know I'm gonna be doing stuff like this. Anything that creates particles, I wanna use it. We need more of this. Thank you, Minecraft, give us more. And as you see here with the new hanging signs, I've created a sort of wish list. Or a to-do list, I guess I should say. Gotta pave a path up to this house, I gotta map all around and try to figure out where the most optimal place to build is gonna be. Edit these windows, that's the next big thing that's like very like, I don't know what I'm necessarily gonna do about them quite yet. Get diamond everything, level 30 enchants, you know, just general early game grind stuff. And landscaping wouldn't fit on this sign, so landscaping! I gotta do some landscaping. But yeah, I'm really loving these new signs, and especially just your ability to edit them. So good. Holy mushroom, man. I have found the biggest mushroom island I think I've ever come across. Bro, look at my map. Like, I'm out here exploring, trying to find some more areas near spawn that might be good to build in. And look at this. First of all, spawn is on the top left corner of the map that I'm holding, so this is really close. And second of all, like, holy shit, this is so big. I mean, seriously, mushroom islands, like, hostile mobs can't spawn on these. So I could totally turn this into my base and not even have to worry about lighting it up. There would have to be a whole lot of grass replacement, which would be a little annoying. But you know what wouldn't be annoying is that I wouldn't have to light anything. I'd only light the things that I actively want to light just for the mood. This world is throwing so many good possible base locations at me that maybe I'm just gonna have to build multiple main bases. Seriously though, there's so many good places to build in this world that I might just stick with it for a while and just come back to it whenever. This could be good for 3 different big bases now, and I'm just adding to the pile, and I'm still looking for the thing that I want for my original idea. Anyways, since I'm here, yeah, I'm exploring the world. So I found a dark oak forest somewhat beneath where I was with the cherry grove. So what I'm doing right now is checking to see if there's an even more optimal location closer to spawn. Because in my opinion, the closer you are to spawn, the better. If your bed was obstructed, I don't want to go a super long distance to get back home. Hold on a second. I made an error in judgment. I think spawn is at the bottom right corner of this map, actually. Okay, still, that massive mushroom island is on the same map as spawn. That's the point. It's one of the 4 maps that surrounds it, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep exploring, and Yeah, goodbye nighttime. All right, so here is the whole map so far. Like I said, spawn is here in this corner. This is like the big icy area that the world spawned me into. Big Mushroom Island I just showed you. I went back home. This is where I live right now. And this is the dark oak forest that I found. And I kind of forgot to mention up until this point, that is the biome that I'm trying to build in. I realized two things in that last clip. That one, I actually haven't revealed that yet. Big surprise. I kind of spoiled it. Boom. Yes, I'm trying to build in a dark oak forest. And so what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to find one that's closer to spawn. The one I found is good. It's a good size and all. But for one, I'm trying to see if there's one that's slightly closer. And number two, I'm trying to see if I can find one with a little more elevation difference. The other thing that I realize I have neglected in that last clip is I have failed to actually put this in the video yet, this other area I found over here. I found this on stream and it's one of the other places that I kind of am really tempted to build in. We are right now entering one of the coolest things that I've ever seen in a Minecraft world. Look at this. It's just a giant ring of mountains. It's got a good entrance here. It's super scenic. The mountains themselves are also really cool looking. There's a lot of jaggedness to them. Building something here in the middle could be really cool. It would have such a good view. I was saying on stream that maybe like a wizard tower would be cool here. Something a little mystical, magical could fit very nicely here. Some sort of fortress maybe. Bro, you could build a Costco here and it's gonna look great. I think just it's gonna look great irregardless of what it is. So yeah, really beautiful area. Very tempting to build in. To be honest, that might just be a side project thing. I don't think a massive base is a thing that I necessarily need to do there. Just something really cool in that focal point in the middle. Like this is one of those situations where the landscape is already kind of pulling most of the build's weight. There was a lot of landscaping I had to do in my last several builds, and that is a build where I would hardly have to do any. Maybe a little bit just to flatten the ground that I'm actually going to build on, but as for making the overall region look pretty, that part's already a done deal. So that is this ring of snow you see here on the map. Oh, it's even cool looking on the map. So we have options here. Again, I kind of still really want to go with my dark oak forest idea that I'm brewing, but we have some really good options in this world for when we want to do something else. Tragedy has fallen on the village down below. There was a raid. I'm not sure why. It could have been from anybody. I'm not pointing fingers here. They're not all dead. Don't worry. It was just the cleric over there. But somebody, not naming names, somebody wanted a saddle. Yeah. It was me. Lucky me, I got a saddle from the raid. Unfortunately, the cleric did die. I'm going to have to repay them somehow. When the raids were over, I was not hero of the village. I can't tell if that's because I let one of them die, or because the iron golem did the last few blows. I was a little preoccupied being dead for the last few ravagers and whatnot. But it was worth it, because look at us now, baby. We've got a horse, and it's a really good horse. I've been, adventuring all around the world, mapping even more of all this stuff out with this guy. I found some allies along the journey, so now they're kind of just hanging out. I don't have any leads yet. I need some slime balls. I need to make some leads, or I need to just wait for the next wandering trader to show up, if you know what I'm getting at. Oh, he doesn't want to be involved with the murder that's going to go on. Yeah, that's right. Murder. Anyways, as I continue to map more and more of this world, I'm starting to just get the sense that I should just stick with this dark oak forest. It's still gonna be a while until I actually start progress there, so who knows? Maybe I will find something better along the way, but as of right now, that is the plan. In the meantime, I have been making this house even better. I've installed mud at the top of the base so that there's way more contrast between it and the top part of the house. And it looks good. It's a similar darkness to the logs, and it's a similar texture to the tuff. And it makes it all stand out that much more. It looks good. I'm starting a little bit on the path here now that I'm getting into all the mud stuff, but yeah, that's still a huge work in progress. And then there's the windows. Oh boy, the windows. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with them. So I wanted to keep the cherry trapdoors as a part of this window, so I've opted for making them rotated as if they're kind of being open to let some fresh air in. And on all of the big windows, I've installed these little cherry leaf hangers down there. So it's being conveyed way more like it's just a bushel of flowers that I'm growing beneath the windowsill. A part of me is internally kind of going, about the fact that I'm kind of doing something different from this window compared to the rest, but I think it works. These front windows are much taller, and it would not really work that well, especially here, where there's a lot of these trim overhangs getting in the way. I also arched these windows in the front, expanded this one, and I think that looks a lot better than before. So I think I'm at a point where I'm satisfied with it for now, and next episode, I'm going to be focusing a little more on just some game stuff. Like, I haven't even gone to the Nether yet, for example. So for now, I'll say I finished the window situation. I'll replace it with Nether goodies. I also got to level 30 today, tried some enchantments. They were all garbage. I had to start back from square one. I'm trying to get a pickaxe with either Fortune 3 or Silk Touch, and both times, it only gave me Unbreaking 3. And then I did the raid for the saddle, and then I lost all my levels. So now I'm back at square one level-wise, so yeah, even though I didn't use a dungeon to get this saddle, I still really want to find a dungeon so I can convert it into a little early game XP farm. Oh yeah, I got one of the cats that's been walking around outside too. I'm starting to assemble some friends here, as you can tell. I've got roommates now. But I think that's where I'm going to call it for this first episode. Thank you for watching. I've been having a lot of great times with this world so far. I got this house to a nice point. I got to start really working on the interior in here. Tune in next time for some more great progress like this. I promise it won't take me eons this time. Or will it?